And of course, we're looking forward to that as usual. We welcome all our viewers on GBN Television, our listeners on K105 FM, and of course our friends on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Tonight, we're talking Heroes Day. Yesterday was Heroes Day in Grenada, and of course there's been quite a bit of discussions around that. And so in fact, in the news tonight I heard the Honorable Prime Minister saying that Heroes Day, no heroes were mentioned, and that is a decision for the people. So tonight we're going to look at that, and we'd love to hear from you as well, hear what you have to say, your thoughts, and of course we'll keep the discussion going. So let's welcome the team. Everyone is here, and first let me just apologize again for the late start. We had a little problem, and so we had to sort of hold on a bit until the lotto was finished, but we're here, and of course we are going. So we're going to start. They say the last shall be first and the first shall be last. We're going to start with Reece tonight. Reece, how are you doing? You're muted.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up all the different pages and all that, and I don't want any distortion coming over the air, so hence my hesitations, which were not very deliberate. But I want to say good evening to all the folks who have tuned in, who probably was a little disappointed when they realized that they're not seeing us. But we are here. Whenever I am late, I get blasted. Like, seriously, I hear all sorts of things about if I had to climb over the gate, if the bus stopped running, and all of that. So you know what? You owe us something. Let us hear. What is the reason why? That lame-ass one that you just said there?
No, but I very early, clearly you have not been following, but I left a voice note in our chat.
To the public, please. Thank you.
Well, I have apologized to the public. I don't think the public may not want to know why. So it
really,
may be,
but they would have been interested in why I was late.
I don't know that.
But you seem to have known, because you used to take your time to say all sorts of things.
No. I think
why is it that I am late?
I think you.
So I don't know why is it that you think.
I think you're mistaken. I think you're mistaken. You're mistaken.
I don't know why is it that you thought that the public needed to know why I was late whenever I was late.
No.
But tonight, you don't think you owe them that.
No. Let's get that straight. I think the blame that you're casting falls squarely at the foot of the king.
No, this is what the God of Tebe, not tonight.
Yeah, but remember, he was the one who tried to steal your joy by starting to come late.
You're not switching this. You're not flipping.
I am not flipping anything.
Reece.
Yes.
I'm to blame. No worries.
You're to be blamed?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
anything wrong with me.
Yeah, but
everything bad is you.
Yeah.
I mean, well, so there you have it.
Well, if you are choosing to accept the abuse, I am not accepting the abuse, and on your behalf. You need to apologize, and you need to say why it is that you were late.
No, I don't think I need to see why I was late. I was late. I can guarantee you the public will not want to know the reason why I was late.
Okay.
Yeah. So Finley, what's going on with you? We live in Doc for last. Doc dressed up in nice African dashiki. That look like the one come from Namibia.
You live in Doc, Doc?
Yeah, Doc.
I think you should have taken that before me, because there are some things I need to exponentiate on.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I need to say good night to the masses. I didn't spirit. I didn't spirit of October 19th. I need to say good night to the masses. And on top of that, there are two things that happened. Well, let me say one thing happened, and then there's a next thing, maybe it's make that make sense, that I might want to delve into. The first one is that I felt happy, but I'm still sad that this program, We Culture, is being listened to in Bermuda by people in Bermuda and people who are not Grenadians. They stumbled upon the program and they have made it their program of choice on Friday. So I suppose and expect that they are listening right now. And the sad part is that they somehow believe that this program is being run by the Ministry of Culture in Grenada. They believe that. All right? So, I mean, this We Culture, that tells you of the reach of We Culture. We look at it as a simple thing, but there you go. You have people who are foreigners hooked on and locked on to, and a lot of the things they claim, they don't understand. And some is the same in their country, so they grab, but they're learning about We Culture and so on. And I believe that it is time that We Culture gets the prominence that is, and Reece has always been clamoring for that, maybe because Reece is in media and what have you. You see, I mean, when you look at We Culture, it's not just about the fact that we are culturally enriching and there's no other program and no other entity in Grenada, people who get paid, who have tried and attempted to do this. I mean, and me I want to lash that. I mean, that you just enter into the seats of your position. But no other, and that's a fact, you see, that no other entity has really tried to do this. But also from the standpoint of content and content creation. What we are doing here is creating content. Content that maybe would be used for very, very long, even probably after we are gone, you know, or after that program is finished and goes off the air, who knows, that content will still be available. So we can't look at it that as just simply we come up with Turn Up and We Culture. And according to as Reece does say, it's time to lift the game with We Culture, right? Who does the content that we create belong to? It's time that they lift the game. So that's one. The second one, that, and I think I'll make that make sense. And probably after I've done that, I ain't speaking again for the night. I will lock down. But there is something that has bothered me for a very long time in Grenada. And I guess it's so in a lot of other countries as well. But it bothers me because it so doesn't make any sense. But we hold on to this thing. When somebody goes for a job, a work, they have to go through some interview process. Now, the only thing that the interview does, really, is to show that somebody could speak, that they could think fast, and they could speak under pressure. That is all. Interview really and truly does not give you a sense of what somebody could do in a work situation, in a future, how they will perform. And that's a fact. You know, I always say to people, if Godfrey have a work now for people, a work to write Kaishu, and you're doing, you hiring people based on interview, Deacon, Mitchell, and Lacquer, and them getting the work, and I don't get it. Them ain't getting the work. Me ain't getting that work. But it's true. It just tells you. I mean, I've been in the public service. I study human resource management. I have a master's degree in human resource management. And nobody could get me to interview nobody for work. I would not do it. Because to me, it just makes absolutely no sense. You know, I remember I interviewed somebody, two young ladies once for a walk. They pulled me in because I was head of science department, and they pulled me in. And the two young ladies, one articulate, and every soul she had plaster for. And then people are them asking them children think about what the strategy go be. Young children are just coming in teaching you. They don't know what the hell teaching is. What the strategy go be for thinking with ill discipline, and children are slow, and one of them rattling go down the road, maybe what she read or what. And one of them was very honest to say that she doesn't know. But she's a fast learner. I remember that very good. She's a fast learner. And she can guarantee you that if you ask her this question 1 month from now, she will tell them what she's doing. Not just what she will do, but what she's doing. And when we in panel and so on, they say, nah, throw that girl, your mother can get to walk. And the one that we took, she coming to work late. She hardly coming to school. She always sick. She always think. And lo and behold, and that's a true thing I tell you, lo and behold, the other one must have learned something. She interviewed for a school in her next, she get the work. And right now, she's one of the best science teachers. I mean, she doesn't give them extra class and whatnot. That is 15 or 16 years on. So I mean, that makes sense. Make that make sense.
Doc, go ahead, Doc, go ahead.
No, I thought Scala already expounded on his point. I think he's clear on what he wanted to say. I think the point has been taken.
I mean, if you ask me, I don't think that is hard. That don't have to make sense of, you know. I mean, just the mere fact that we have a program called We Culture explains it. Interview has become a cultural thing. You apply for a work. The culture is that they have to interview, and if you talk good, you get the work.
Well,
that's
for me,
what more you want than that?
I hear all saying about when people looking for work, they just go through interview. Not all the time.
Yeah, some people that just get work here.
Yeah, they get work.
Work does just fall. Work does just fall in the lap.
And all the scenarios that Skull gave a while ago about, you know, who does end up being the one that could actually do the work and the honesty and all that, however. Same thing for those that just get the work.
That even, and mind you, even that too is cultural, you know.
Yes.
Well, that's cultural.
Every
the truth is that in work thinking, you have what you call, that is grandfather, not grandfather. You have a
Godfather?
You have Godfather.
Yeah.
You have Godfather in work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sometimes you don't know how somebody get a walk, you know, they just get a walk.
They walk in.
They walk in, they get a walk.
And then you have those that weren't looking for work, but just because of the whole attitude and everything, they are asked to join the team.
And yeah, those that even want, those that they even want to work. All they want is pay.
Yeah.
They get.
Yeah, some of them they have opportunities to choose.
I listen to all of it, and that by itself is a full topic now.
Well, talk no doubt. Well, say something there.
Well,
no, I don't want to support that because I wanted to stick on the point tonight. That is why I'm not saying much, because if I start and Scala go answer and then you go answer. Because I have seen so much more we could say about that.
No, of course. I mean, definitely.
So I think if we can, we could think about Scala yesterday. You open a con. I think we could leave that because you made a substantial point. But I believe it's something we can discuss because it can take a whole night. The whole idea of how you get work, who is qualified, who get work because of certification and they cannot do the work, and who probably could do the work and they wouldn't get it because they're not in the right grouping.
So
they don't support the party. Just say that. They don't support the party. Well, actually, people like that, you can't deny they are heroes. I mean, imagine you don't want to work and you're going to work. You have to be a hero.
I think there is a phrase for that in our culture. They call that square peg in a wrong hole.
Right, you have that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Square peg in a wrong hole.
Introduce the topic because we.
Well, the topic is already up on the screen, so we're talking about Heroes Day, and of course, we partner Finley at the lead because I mean he had some very, very interesting ideas on it.
But let me say good night to all the listeners.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Look at him, man. Look at him, man. How the heroes. Watch why heroes show.
Yeah, but but you see, Doc just have a hero shot. That is like the interview, but use man that's like the interview, use man. So we're giving you the work because we know you could do it. Doc is just Doc just a flash. Don't worry that.
I could talk, but you could write the calypso.
That's right.
So you write the calypso. So I just wanted to say good night to all the listeners and to all the listeners in terms of people that might not be of Grenadian root, but are very interested in what we are doing. And I think we have to take a page from that and learn something that we need to introduce the topics and them a little bit clearer next time so that people might be able to follow what we are talking about. Because I think if you are in Grenada and you are Grenadian roots and you're connected, a lot of times when we start, you already picked up. You can pick it up. You can pick up the conversation. But maybe if you are from an ex-enclave, you need a kind of reintroduction, a more thorough introduction into what we are looking at. So tonight we are looking at heroes, because now we October the 19th, we had a bloody day, and something did happen. Now the government has designated it as a holiday for the first time. And we are looking at the combination of what happened on October 19th and then whether how fitting we can call this the Heroes Day. But Godfrey just permit me to say something happened. I saw something on social media recently, and it really had me excited. I saw physical planning, and for the first time, I really want to give them thumbs up. Physical planning for ensuring that some part of our beach get cleaned up. I'm not saying that word correctly, but get cleaned up after one of the developers or construction firm decided to put a series of boulders on the sand and on the beachfront, and they were asked to clean it up. I mean, that to me lifted my spirit so much. For over the years, I've always been one way or the other fighting to ensure that our patrimony is protected. And I know I led fight, including the locking of River Granite and Lake. And those Senator and I, we led a protest for the mining of sand on Conference Beach. So now I'm really pleased that the government is taking that bold step to do that. So I just wanted to say that. And coming closer to home now, I am really, I think all of us, we did that before, but I want to say it again, applaud the government for making October 19 a holiday after 14 years. So that is where we are. So I just want
to... let me ask you a question. Are you locked Garnet?
No, they do. They used to lock the gate on holidays and on weekends before.
Oh, I thought you locked the lake.
No, they do going into the lake.
Right now, a lot of people locking things here.
Scott, I hear the next thing they planned to do was to empty out all the water in the lake. You know?
No, so I know I wrote letters. I wrote to the Minister of Tourism. I wrote, and I that was a kind of sore point.
Anyway,
so
I recognize that Doc Freddy Dappy.
No.
Well, then you have your hero show for you to expontificate and expatiate. You're going to cover beach and all this kind of thing, man. No, here is what. So, October 19th, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there are some people who are struggling to make the link between Heroes Day and October 19th. I don't know why, because we have been clamoring for that exact thing on this program for a long time. So may I even go into to beat up myself over that. As a matter of fact, I saw a partner of mine put up a post saying that a man get murdered, why that had to be Heroes Day, or a few people get murdered. And I had to write and tell him, I mean, the English language full of words. You will use a word like murder in this case. I mean, you don't know assassinated, you don't know all this kind of executed, you use murder. But anyway, murder kind of trivializes it, and he knows. But the truth is that I think where the struggle is in the fact that, and you see people speaking of who is hero, everybody is hero, man calling himself hero and all this kind of thing.
Yep.
And probably, in hindsight, although listening to the Prime Minister's remarks, he kind of answered this, but probably in hindsight, people felt that probably the cart was put before the horse. In that, you first of all do the groundwork, the legwork, the legislative work to develop the criteria for who is hero, if there are different tiers of hero, and so on and so forth. So this goes out to the public, and the public would then consult and so on, massive consultation until you come to a piece of legislation that, so this thing is bounded by law, and through Parliament is the law, right? And that's the way a lot of people see it. And then now with that criteria, you can begin probably to name heroes incrementally. So here we have Heroes Day, but we don't have no heroes, right? And what the PM said basically was that you need to start. You need to start, and this is the start of it. And once you start, then you will develop the framework and so on, which also is another way that it can work. All right. So this is where we are, and this I think is what a lot of people struggle with. And man saying, I can't think about what is hero and who is hero, because the definition of hero and the criteria and so on, those things have not been defined as yet. And the truth is that, going by what the PM said, the truth is that understanding Grenadians and how we just consult. Next thing, out 3 years time, we still don't have no hero, you know, we are heroes there. Because nobody can agree to what is the criteria for hero. So to me,
it would be like referendum then.
Like referendum. So to me, it's still what with I don't know if it's danger.
But let me ask. Let me throw that out. So if PM is saying we need to start, am I to understand here that every year, and I don't know, I'm wondering if every year on that date different heroes will be named, or I mean, I'm just wondering.
Obviously, the framework is not there as yet.
Because if that is the case, then I would I'd probably follow up and ask then, why October 19th?
So let me say that we.
Go ahead now, because that's not the sense I'm getting anyway. But go ahead.
My whole idea of a hero is one that has gone beyond the call of duty, has risked their life for the common good of the community or maybe the nation. When you name someone as a hero, you're looking at somebody that is proactive, someone that went out and they did something. So the attack on a barrack in order to, let us say, to take over, to arrest the governor in the early days of colonization, in order to free the slaves. A group of rebels or freedom fighters went on to attack and to free the country from slavery. In my mind, that act is an act of heroism. It is always proactive, a hero. This differs from me from what you may call the martyr. The martyr is one that died because they reactionary. So a martyr might decide, well, they were arrested, but I'm not giving out any information. So I would die for that cause. Rather, not that they were proactive, but they reacting to a situation. So a martyr died holding on to their viewpoint, their belief, etc. Unlike so to me, I'm making a distinction. It is not in websites. My own mind that the hero is someone that is proactive. A martyr died on the situation. When you look at October the 19th, and that date is also the day for Heroes Day, it to me it overshadows a major thing. Now, if you want to name, let us say, a fast forward Tia Marichou as a hero, on that day, because of what happened, the storyline would always be about the execution, the assassination, or the murder of those that happened. So the name Bishop, the name Code, the name Iwata Lane, those names would overshadow the value or the storyline or the narrative of the Tia Marichou or anybody else. So I find it a little bit problematic that when you have to name someone else and you're celebrating their story on that day because of the events of October 19th, it would overshadow the significance of any other named hero.
Well, that's exactly the premise on which I asked the question. Why October 19th? You know, if it's a case where every year we're going to name different people. Because Doc is right, and I agree that once October 19th come, these are the names that are going to come to the fore.
Yeah, but I don't fully agree with that. I don't fully agree with you either. No, here's why. Now, when you think, let's say, of Fisherman Body, right? Are you thinking about Peter and them?
No, not thinking about Peter and them.
What are you thinking about?
Fishermen. Grenville.
Wow. But and other fishes and Peter.
Yes.
So there are things that you just twin with things, right? In history. And what it does is that it gives them more significance and more meaning. When this is why you see a lot of festivals like St. Patrick's Day and all this guy, where you just hook up a festival. After them, they die. They die because there's nothing that gives them the significance really as Fisherman Birthday and all this kind of thing. But Fisherman Birthday is something that came from quite St. Peter and them kind of people. And 30 or 40 years from now, when you have Heroes Day, the heroes will be remembered. Don't fool you. Just like how we don't know nothing about St. Peter. And what St. Peter and them was fisherman and all this kind of thing. And we know about these things. Now, I believe if you're looking for a date, a significant date, when you can celebrate your heroes, right? Mm-hmm. And you tell me we must choose, let's say, January 20th. What's significant about January 20th?
Because it says...
But we must choose March 11th. But we must choose...
March 11 because it means that it has a place for the story for all the persons you would name on that day.
But
because March 11.
No.
But can I ask a question?
Well, go ahead, Reece. You see, what you're saying that in essence is that it overshadows, but this is not overshadow. It is something that it's something that you twin to make. You give it more life and more significance.
Yeah, I understand what Doc is putting forward. It's like give the day its own pure day, its own not aligned, not having anything associated with or to remember about whatever. But I fully understand what Scholar is saying. So I have to ask the question, October 19th, weren't there heroic acts?
No, that is a very, very serious question. No, heroic acts. No, somebody could carry out a heroic act, but does that mean that you name that person a hero?
No. So you see, I am not going there, because based on what has been explained about us having to come up with the criteria and all of that about what constitutes a hero, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know which is really what everybody seems to be on about, whether Morris Bishop is going to be named a hero. I am absolutely sure Kirani James is going to be named a hero. But I don't know if Morris Bishop is going to be named a hero, or anyone else that was part of his cabinet that got slain or whatever, right? I don't know that. But I'm asking, within the whole thing that played out on October 19th, weren't there heroic acts? The fact that the Prime Minister was under house arrest and it took civilians to free him. What was that? Based on the definition that you gave about people risking their life, going above and beyond to free the Prime Minister, right? While there might be arguments about their prime ministership was unconstitutional and all the things that people say, right? All the arguments that people come up with. I'm asking, weren't there heroic acts on October 19th? So we can choose to keep talking about it in relation to Morris Bishop, for and against, or we can choose to look at everything that transpired on that day. And how is it that people were involved, not just the Morris Bishop, but the people who were involved. And if there was acts of heroism, whether you choose to honor these people or not, but if generally there were acts of heroism that happened, why not? Why not twin that day, right? And to me, what we are going to be doing is, while we are remembering what would have transpired, the negatives and all that, we are giving the day an opportunity to bring up the positives, and not just about that day, but years to come. And Godfrey, that whole thing about if every year they are going to name a hero, I don't know. I don't know if every year they're going to name a hero. You have to fit the criteria, and if you fit the criteria, then it happens.
So no. Like I say, I'm asking questions because I personally agree with Doc. I believe, because you see a number of things. After 40 years, I mean, what is the one question every October that people ask? Where are the bodies? I mean, I have absolutely no doubt that, because Reece, you made the point, and it is very, very significant whether or not there were heroic acts on October 19th. But do you ever hear about that?
Yes.
You hardly.
Yes,
You basically. Let me tell you. I don't know, but personally, for me, what stands out on October 19th is the fact that the then leader was killed, and that they want the bodies so that they could put closure. I mean, that's been going on forever, and I honestly believe, and I guess we have to wait and see, right? I cannot say for certain, but I do believe the whole Heroes Day thing and naming people who have acted, in bravery and all the nice things you can put to qualify them as a hero, I believe that it's going to be overshadowed.
Godfrey, October 19th this year, right? I felt, and I'm telling you how I felt. I couldn't attend the rally, but I watched most of it, right? I felt, with the pronouncements that were made, I felt a weight lifted. I felt like there was a step in the right direction. And all the things that you are saying, no, that still are there to be answered. Yes, they're still there to be answered, but I felt like one got answered. And of course, there's division. There are people who believe that October 25th, not October 19th, and vice versa, right? But we are all people, and those who are for October 19th and against October 25th, they have a voice too, they have feelings too, and they have their reasons. Same thing for the people who are for 25th and against 19th. And I just felt like nothing was robbed of October 25th. But what we have done is added October 19th to it because it is really part of our history. As ugly as it is part of our history. And we need to recognize it. Why aren't we going and bulldozing all the forts that were built by the Europeans and all that? Why aren't we throwing down all these things? If we so don't want to highlight these things and we don't want to recognize things that was bad or ugly about our country, why aren't we bulldozing them? Why do we still have them as fortress and showcasing them as part of our tourism and all of that? They are part of our history.
So, but Reece, you belaboring the point, which we all agree on, that October the 19th, it was a step in the right direction, given the holiday.
Yeah.
Applaud that. For a matter of fact, I think that because it is now that prominent day, I know of situation where some people feel that they can relieve themselves. Some people, it's like a tap on the shoulder. So the government has done a tremendous job in recognizing October the 19th. So we are acknowledging that. But if we look at the criteria we were looking at, yes, October the 19th, it would always be, Scholar mentioned about the fisherman's birthday and Peter. But anytime you come to Christmas, Scholar, you must go back to Jesus. You must go back to that because that's the foundation. The foundation.
Wait, Doc, when years from now, there ain't not Jesus in Christmas.
Doc.
Jesus.
Doc, no.
Jesus again? Boy, that was good. Calypsonian begging to put back Christ in Christmas. Jesus. And that's what I'm telling you. That you make it fun for me.
Scholar, let me tell you.
Don't remember.
Let me tell you.
That Christmas is about Christ.
You see. Let me tell you something about October 19th. I mean, and this is just my take on it. It wasn't just a case. You see, I think we have to put every little thing into context. It wasn't just a case where, all right, well, the Prime Minister and some of his cabinet members were killed. You have to consider, and everything that Reece spoke about, you have to consider the fact, one, that people, children, went to free him. They went to the fort, and you see, it's the manner in which this thing happened. It wasn't just the whole. It's different. Something about it is different, and this is why I believe every time October 19 comes around, the issue of the leader and his cabinet members being lined up against a wall and blown to smithereens will always take prominence.
But Godfrey says something that is significant. It was not just the Prime Minister and his cabinet, but almost every Grenadian had a family member that was part and parcel of something that took place on October the 19th. That some school children that you knew were there. You know a name, some auntie, some uncle was a soldier or something like that. So this is a burning issue because the whole nation was caught up in that whole episode that took place on October the 19th. So for me, that would continue and that would go on for a long time.
I think so.
Because October 19, 2023 is the first time in 40 years. I think what we did, we lack that focus on recognizing the significance of that event by itself. And that was the same reason why I personally oppose the twinning of that October 19th with the idea of launching 50th anniversary. It is an event that had to stand alone because it is that significant, it is that important. You see? So that for me, that is the same premise I'm using to show that this had to stand, it must stand alone. Because there has not been any event in this part of the world in these last 100 years that was so tragic in this Western Hemisphere, in the Caribbean, in Latin America. This one stood out, it stands out. It captures the attention of the world. And Grenada, it didn't just happen with a few people inside a little village. The whole country was affected. Who had people in the prison who was freed, who children went. Where were you? The question is, where were you on that day? Those of us that were, 12 and 12 plus. Remember that vividly. Where were you on that day? Where was your mother on that day? Where was your father, your uncle? Somebody in your yard can give you that story. This is something we should have embellished as a standalone event. And the Heroes Day, we should then look and to me, I'm more neutrally, and we name our heroes. Heroic act, I have to take on Reece on that issue. Reece, when you mentioned Kirani, and then the question is again, can you name
I don't want to go.
Okay, I
know what you're saying. I want to respond to what you've just been saying, right? I listen to you. And funny enough, you is the most researched of all of us on the program. Everybody knows that. Yeah, man, you do your research, you do things. But strangely, you come on the program tonight unresearched. Because if you did, you would know that Grenada doesn't exist in a vacuum as it relates to Heroes Day. There are a lot of other countries that have this thing, right? Heroes Day. And Grenada is not special in its commemoration of Heroes Day after some tragic event or some leader who was assassinated. If you look through the world and you do the research, plenty Heroes Day came about and had the formation because of tragic events like this. Leaders assassinated and those things, big invasion of a country, they have Heroes Day. So a lot of this, it is not, Grenada is not strange. It is not the first time. In fact, it is documented through all thing.
Scholar, right? You correct with that, but there is. Let me tell you. But hold on. Hold on. Hold on. The fact that hold on.
Referee.
Hold on. Scholar, there is one thing though that I think you need to consider. And I agree, yeah, you have heroes there all over the world where leaders and so associated. But let us consider some of these countries and let us compare them to Grenada. Doc made the point just now that what happened on October 19th, almost every Grenadian knew somebody or some family member who was affected by it. We just 100,000 people. And I think that in itself makes a difference. And this is why there has been so much clamor and you hear of, the hurt still remains because there isn't any proper closure. So I think the fact that we're such a small country with this little bit of people, just yesterday I was telling someone about somebody I knew that they got injured on the vote. I recall telling the individual on that day, let's go up, because those I go in IFE, I said, let's go up. The person tell me, no, they go in. I did not see that person again for about 4 years. And surprisingly, one day I saw the individual walking on the carnage with a limp. And the individual said to me, so I asked, what happened? And the individual said, you remember some years ago when you told me, let's go up? And I went on the vote. They said they had to jump the wall and they damaged the ankle. And I'm just saying that to say, and Doc is right. Everybody probably knows somebody. I mean, Andy Doc, Sebastian Alexander. He was our classmate.
Godfrey, wrong your point. You're not wrong.
No, man, scholar, listen to me. Yeah, listen to me. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you, bro. You have made your point, right? You and let me say that you are not the authority on everything. You spoke at length. Let me talk. Let me talk. Just shut up and let me talk for a moment. When I'm finished, you got to talk. Why you like that? Is you look a boy? Is you look a boy? Well, I don't understand. No, but you spoke. Listen to me. You spoke at length. Let me ramble and finish what I'm saying. Let me ramble and finish what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you'll finish. But let me just say this. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because I don't think you know. I don't think you know that. And I've listened back to a lot of We Culture. Anytime you are speaking, you overshadow us. I don't think you know that.
Yeah, but everybody has the chance to speak.
I'm telling you. So
when I speak,
people hear you. They don't hear me.
When I speak, I mean, allow me. That's all I'm asking. And then you have your opportunity again to come and So I'm saying that the fact that yes, they are heroes, they are around the world, and I made it. I think Grenada is different, and this is based on the point that Doc made. Everybody knows somebody, and that makes to me a lot of difference.
No, but I want to say something, because when I said, you say you agree with Scholar, and I said I don't think I agree with Scholar. He was making the point that other nation, there is a precedent where there's a major activity or major assassination or something to that effect, and then they name that the Heroes Day. I don't know of any other place that where you say, okay, they had an event or an event of such magnitude, and then a next nation named that as Heroes Day. So that is the point I'm saying, Scholar. I am not aware of a next nation that has done that, and we are following that kind of precedent.
I'm with you.
Okay, so
like Jamaica has Heroes Day, but they didn't name it after the Bogles or Bogles uprising. They didn't name it. You see, so the point I'm making, you say that you have other nations. We're not alone. I just said you help me. I don't know.
Man, just go do your research. What I'm saying is a fact. You see?
I'm not done. I just said.
Barbados and them have Heroes Day too. Barbados and them has never had such cataclysmic. But what I'm saying is a fact. There are many nations that follow that very same blueprint.
I believe we should have Heroes Day.
Hold on. But also, for a very small nation as ours, it also makes economic sense to do what we're doing. Because what we're doing is killing two birds with one stone. Because every holiday costs a country millions.
Yeah.
And what are they trying to do? When you could twin something and just kill two birds and say one holiday, you want one holiday now for some million, and then the next holiday to take million. Man, they're judicious. It's very judicious. It makes economic sense as well.
My question is, Doc had spoken earlier about the reason why he did not agree with the launch of the 50th. Looking back now, the launch of the 50th to me is that it's a one-off. We only have 51s. So it's kind of like now killing three birds with one stone. It's like you use the opportunity to launch your 50th when you have an entire nation tuned in. That's how I see this. So I'm not going to talk about the launch of the 50th on October 19th anymore, because that's how I see it. And it's a one-off. Now, in terms of Heroes Day being on October 19th, my other question is, what will it take away?
Exactly.
What will it take away? October 19th, we are always going to remember October 19th. We have now a story. Why Heroes Day? Why Heroes Day? Like, Heroes Day is October 19th. What about October 19th that have us talking Heroes Day? It just, to me, it makes for a good conversation to talk about what happened on October 19th and what is it that we are using it for in a positive way, no. But it does not take away from what happened or the questions that needs answering that, to me, supposed to be still being worked on in the background of it all. I really don't see how it takes away.
I like where you're going.
Listen, you have people hold on. You have people online and so on.
Yes.
So Godfrey, just permit me that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to ask a question, one, and then I think we really should engage John.
Because the phone has been going, the phone line has been going. Yeah.
So my thing is, Reece, you said, once October 19 come, we would always go back and look what caused October 19. I think in the minds of a lot of people, they would ask, what was the heroic act that was done on October the 19th? Was it the execution of the people on the fort? Or was it the fact that those got executed were being seen more as heroes? What was the heroic act that was committed on October the 19th? So Godfrey, I don't know. We don't need to answer that. I just think we should.
Let's go to the telephone. We're going to come to the. It's been going a while.
And the WhatsApp.
Yeah. All right, well, we lost that call. So let's take the Facebook comments and then we're going to go to the telephone.
Okay, so I'm going to bypass all the things about why we were late.
Yeah, and hello. Forget that.
Antonio was saying, well, yesterday I saw Scholar. Oh, he looked sharp with a green tie, as green as an iguana around his neck. You could tell the difference. And Scholar, why you were in the middle of all these tall people, I show you was on a stool where you. Sharon is saying, Finley, I do not think it was going to matter whatever they do to come up with Heroes Day. There was going to be an issue, especially with the people who listen to Diablo and his nonsense. They would have an issue. Sharon also said, Finley, I totally agree with you. I have no problem with it being October 19 next year. If God's willing, we'll add some more names to it. Ronnie said, can the heroes be named on Independence Day and be celebrated on the 19th of October? Veronica said, okay. Antonio said, I think we have to find who is a hero and matters, because yesterday a lot of people were confused of what was being celebrated. Why people calling radio stations, calling names, saying this one and that one should be hero. So I think people were in the notion that hero or heroes was going to be named yesterday. Arthur said lots of people in Grenada know what become of those bodies. Ronnie said, I think Bishop's wife gave some reason why he may be a hero. She said he put Grenada first even before his family. Let's see. Then we have Veronica saying, I should hope Maurice Bishop would be one of those heroes. Sharon said, I agree with you on that, Reece. Arthur is saying, I think October 25th should be a holiday in Grenada. But it is. It has always been, right? Alexandra Ville said, blessed night to all. I was looking at the ceremony yesterday and I think it was well worth the while it was a load lifted off from Grenada. I share that sentiment. Hercules Williams says, America 4th of July is for heroes. Antonio is saying, I think we too hypocrite in Grenada. We all know October 19th, a famous leader in the Caribbean who led a revolution, was gunned down with his cabinet members, including other citizens. So it's not something we can sweep under the rugs. It is our reality. Whenever days as March 13th to June 19th or the 25th October 19th always take the forefront of every event that's occurred. Erlin is saying, Michael Bartholomew died. We never hear about him up to today. Ali George is saying, exactly. Heroes Day does not take away from what happened October 19th. Maria is saying, 4th of July is Independence Day. Memorial is for heroes. Orion is saying, when we talk about hero for October 19th, think about people like Gemma Belma. Antonio said, well, Godfrey almost be a hero for telling someone let's go. Oh, he's saying that you almost became a hero for telling someone let's go. Sharon said, okay, exactly, Doc, wrong the point. Antonio, Godfrey sounds like a locksmith to the speaker in Parliament. Sharon says, Doc starting to sound like Keith. Ali saying, "I's your little boy." That sounds familiar. What are you getting on tonight? Antonio said, "You is my father, so sit down." Marlon say, "They do the crime and are afraid to remember the time. Why they are afraid to face the truth? So many people die unnecessarily. This should be remembered. Every October 19, there is too much hypocritical people in Grenada, like nothing happened. It was a sad and historical day and should be remembered every year." Akita is saying, "I believe it is a continuation of heroes led by Bishop." Gerald said, "We are unique to ourselves." Antonio is saying, "I'm happy for the fight on the program, which demonstrates we all have different options and don't have to agree all the time. I want to hear more, guys. More fight." Antonio said, Godfrey because he tells Scholar to shut off. I am speaking. Let's see. Then we have Almac saying, "Reece alone making sense tonight." Hercules Williams say, "Everybody know the story. What's the big deal?" Hercules says, "We need Heroes Day." And the last one, Antonio said, "I think October 19th was a start to something and which will give the committee a chance to make the necessary changes. So it was a dip in water to feel the temperature." Right.
All right. So, folks, the telephone line is open. The number is 435-2041. You can give us a call and, share your thoughts on the discussion thus far. The number again, 435-2041. Yeah. So we definitely want to hear from you. Reece, I think there was one comment. I think you probably missed it. The person said October 25th shouldn't be a holiday.
Oh, I thought
they said it shouldn't. Yeah. So let's go to the telephone and see who's with us. Oui Culture, good evening. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Yes, good evening, sir.
I'm on the program?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Right. I want to make a good point. Somebody like Gemma Belma, who was going to school in St. Joseph Convent, and who lead the children to go and rescue Maurice under house arrest. What position will you put her in? And then I could name a lot more from secondary school. And she was killed on the foot. Right? She was killed on the foot. They say she was too bright. Consider that.
Okay, thank you, caller. 435-2041. That's the number you can call at.
Yeah, but I don't blame the man. You see, that is the problem that this creates when you do not have it mapped out. There's no legislation. So everybody just flying thing while everybody should be here. Because we don't know what is the criteria, and this is what has to be developed.
No, I agree. I mean, I think we had to start naming heroes. If based on what they call us, we had to start naming heroes since they start locking the back of the school children 18-month-old. Let's go to the telephone. Oui Culture, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Quite and good evening to your guests or panelists. Okay, well, you know me, I'm very strong in that particular area, and I insist. Whilst I know the situation is very complicated and technical one, I'm one person who likes order, and if we have a moderator, the moderator must be heard. At that level, leadership has to show itself at all levels if we are to solve the problem. My take on that whole scenario with respect to the days mentioned there is that I have no problem with naming the day. I think it should be maybe a Martyrs' Day or a day of reflection. Holidays, yes or no, but the history is written and could be purchased through books. But if we're going to continue with this argument year after year after year, we'll never be able to close the chapter, and therefore that is going to take too much energies out of our leadership. Therefore, we are going to neglect other areas, and I see it has happened already. So sometimes we have to give this technical and highly controversial matter a rest whilst we focus on other part of the economy. Take into consideration the children who are listening, the children who needs the development, so that we don't fall back in what we fell in years ago. So whilst we celebrate or trying to celebrate, I'm saying let us focus on the way forward, on what we can do to prevent these things from happening so we can grow. But leadership, let it be seen at all levels, controversial as it might be, technical as it might be. We have a moderator. Let the moderator control and respect the moderator. Right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, caller.
Right.
435-2041, that's the number you can call. Based on what the caller said, I don't believe that this conversation or that chapter, quote unquote, will ever be closed. I think based on what happened, how it happened and everything else, I think every year, and even outside of October 19th, that conversation will forever remain in the minds of Grenadians. Let's go back.
Anyway, go on.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is close? What is close? Because that's it. If close is about never ever remembering, about forgetting, then I don't want closure. If that is what is close, because I want to remember. I do not want to forget what has happened. So I need to know what is about. What is it to close the chapter? Because the way we say it is that we are trying to
sweep it under the rug.
Yes, to say as if like
is what they call
to have Heroes Day is to you must close the chapter on October 19th. Like close it. I don't want to do that.
You see, I don't think that is what the caller is saying. The caller wants us to have a point of agreement that has been decided. So, example, like I may be making the point that that maybe we shouldn't have October 19th the same day, Heroes Day the same day. He's saying the technical, the leaders and them say, well, that is what it's going to be. It don't make sense people like me debating that. They will just accept that. We could debate about the importance, the significance, who are the heroes, but let us just accept and move on. I think that's what he's saying. That is what I pick up from what he's saying.
Right.
So that's what you meant when you talk about moderator and all this kind of thing?
No. The moderator was a completely different issue he's talking about. I think he was pointing out between you and Godfrey.
Like me and Godfrey? But you don't know me, the moderator?
Let's go to the telephone. We lost the call. 435-2041. That's the number you can call and of course get to make your point. Let's try again. Oui Culture, good evening.
Good evening, Oui Culture.
Yes, good evening, caller.
Thank you. At last, 40 years are waiting for this holiday. And thank God Dick Mitchell come and get me holiday. Yeah. In my honest opinion, all who went on the fort were heroes, are heroes in their own right. I remember at that time I was going to GTVI, and certain friends of mine from Grenville asked if I didn't hear what happened. That referring to what happened at the airport, and they coming down tomorrow. So I was prepared, and I put on my little punka sara because there's no high school going, no secretary today. And after reaching by where you say Mount Weldon, where they had Morris under house arrest, and I saw what had happened to so many people trying to push their way inside. Bullets coming through, and you're there saying, oh, it's blank bullets, they can't do the school children nothing. I was too scared to believe that they couldn't do the children anything. So going down to town to go on the fort was a no-no for me. I mean, these people were heroes. I couldn't see myself going up on the fort. And when you hear people's stories that, was up there, I don't think we hear quarter of it yet. Everyone have a different story that is so true. I mean, God bless this young man. All the prime ministers that came in for whatever reason, I don't know why they didn't want to give us that day, but it is a well-deserved holiday. time to reflect. Go forward, Grenada. God bless everyone.
Thank you, caller. All right, 435-2041. That's the number. Let's try again. We Culture. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Can you turn the volume of your device down, please? Listen to us on your telephone.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I have one question to ask. Because I was about 25 years at that time when that happened. I would like to know, why is it that Maurice have a Jamaican to be on his side in our Grenadian stuff, whereas Jamaica is 3 times, 4 times bigger than us? Why? Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Anybody can help me?
The question was why Maurice has a Jamaican?
Yeah.
I don't know if the person is talking about Bernard Code with Phyllis Code.
Well,
Maurice.
Well, I mean, Bernard is not Jamaican. He's Grenadian.
Jamaican.
Yeah, his wife is Jamaican.
That's what I was saying. Who? I don't know who is Jamaican.
Yeah,
I mean, they had people from the Jamaican Socialist Party that was working here for a short period of time, but I don't know what. Anyway,
I don't know. Let's. Oh, well, we lost that call. 435-2041. That's the number. Let's hear your take on this whole issue of, the Heroes Day on October 19th and all of that. Let's try again. We Culture. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening, caller.
Yes, I'm calling into the We Culture program.
Yes. Go ahead. We're hearing you.
This is Father Sean, and I would just like to draw attention to the fact that a number of people died on other days, and I'm particularly remembering the 5 young men who died and the 3 who were seriously injured on the 25th of October at Beauséjour. These were idealistic, albeit foolish, young people who were traveling towards St. George's on the back of a truck to fight the Americans, and they met the Americans at Beauséjour, and shooting ensued, and these young men were died. Their bodies later were taken eventually to Cuba, and eventually shipped back to Grenada and were buried without ceremony in the Centre Cemetery. I would just like to draw attention to the fact that they were fighting in their own minds, however much we may disagree with them. In their own minds, they were fighting for their country against an invading force. That was their perception, and they lost their lives doing that. But they hardly get a mention. Yes, their names are included on the list that were called out, but I'd just like to mention that. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. All right, 435-2041. That's the number. You can call and you can get to share your views. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture. Good evening.
Good evening, We Culture.
Yes, good evening.
I'm just calling to suggest that those with the responsibility for choosing national heroes should read a pamphlet written by a Jamaican, Sylvia Winter, the characteristics of a national hero, or what makes a person a national hero. That might be of some use when they go to choose national heroes. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much indeed. All right, 435-2041. That's the number, and you can get.
I have a question to ask if we don't have a caller.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
In terms of, because earlier we were talking about what makes a hero, what is a hero versus what is a martyr, and I want to ask if someone to be a hero, do you have to be perfect? Do you have to be someone that has never done anything wrong?
But I think Scores could answer that easy. Scholar can answer that. I mean, I think, well, yeah, but you have the all the characteristics of a hero locked down. I mean, on record, and I think that would always remain on record. Can't go wrong.
That answer because
no man, you are the answer that.
You are not Martha. The question is asking.
It's not about Martha, it's about hero.
No, she say you tell about who is Martha and who is Martha.
Not hero. You ask about
Reece. A controversial idea about heroes. Very, very controversial. The question is, can somebody alive be considered as hero? Well, none of us is perfect.
Not alive.
No, answer your question. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. So the idea is that a hero is one of the something extraordinary. But that person could have been a gambler in his real life. Maybe that person could have been a prostitute in their real life. But at that arc, break them to a level where they can and should be considered a hero. It has nothing to do with the rest of their life. Basically. But
am I hearing him? Okay.
No, I'll stop because you said okay.
No, the next thing, because I got what it is, but the next thing is that earlier you were about to say something about the great or goat. What were you?
Right. So let me just complete a thought as it relates to a living person. If you give a living person, let us imagine a young man, Kirani, and somebody other. I felt that this question will come up, and he's 30, maybe 30. You or 40, and you name him a hero, and he's really, really good and almost perfect. And in his latter years, he becomes a criminal. He killed his wife and his children. He becomes something that is despicable. I didn't really want to use Kirani as an example, but I believe for a hero, it is an extremely difficult thing to name somebody alive as a hero, just in case they fall through that crack. And generally, I don't believe you name a living person a hero. Somebody might be doing heroic act. Somebody could be a great person, but to canonize that person as a saint or a hero while they are living, I believe is an extremely difficult decision to make.
Well, it's difficult if you look at it from that angle. If you look at it from what if they die? What if they don't even reach later years? This goes against our mantra about giving people their flowers before they die. This goes totally against it. If you have performed heroic acts based on the criteria and all of that, it doesn't matter if you are living or if you are dead. It is what you have done. And to me, your story, if later on in life you become a criminal, then your story is going to be someone who has performed heroic acts but has gone another route. And that's your story.
So you know what? He was a hero, but he's not a hero again.
That's your story. I'm not saying he's not a hero again.
I just asking.
You cannot take away from what he did. You cannot take away from what he did.
Help me.
Someone can do a great act and you reward the person.
Something else.
Somebody can do a great act. Someone has done great acts and you reward that person. But do you make a hero status? I mean, to me, is the ultimate.
You know what that reminds me of?
Accolade.
You know what that reminds me of, Doc? I remember when Kirani won World, when Kirani did the double youth and all these things. I remember sitting in meetings where it was like, no, we cannot do this for him because what if somebody else come and do greater? Yeah? What if? 10 years later, I'm still waiting on the what if to come forward. But we would not give it because we're waiting for.
It doesn't mean that it can't, which is a fact. It may happen long after we time. The one misses nobody, and records will break and everything will happen. I don't agree. And me and Doc, that's why I tell Doc to answer that, because me and Doc already spoke this thing by the side, and we argue this very same thing. And that's why I tell him to answer, because I know you know the answer, and you open that fresh can of worms as to what hero, because based on that conceptualization, the truth is that if you do something great and they shouldn't make you a hero because you may do something bad later on.
Yeah.
But you could do something bad your whole life, and then whoop, you do something real outstanding, and they out you like, you are a hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
The good obliterate the bad. But scholar, think about persons that are named the hero, Reece. Just think about.
But let me ask. Listen, who
do you name heroes?
But
look at any country and think about the person they name heroes. It's posthumously.
But let me ask you all.
They don't have to be posthumous.
Isn't the truth? Isn't hero or someone being a hero? Something quite relative. Because when you consider, okay, so let's say for example we consider the dictionary definition of a hero. Scholar could be my hero, but it could be Reece criminal.
That we're talking about a designation by the country. I don't think you can bring that to your own opinion and interpretation.
But then Doc, if you're saying that, then the point you're making about giving people hero way down in life that.
But you can't just give somebody a hero. You have to be the country naming that person a hero.
You see, all of that what we're saying, what it says and what it proves is that later down the line, we'll have a tough time with this thing. And this whole conceptualization of the characteristics that we're aiming at as heroes. And I think a caller made the point, because the truth is that we are not isolated or special in terms of what we're doing. And a caller made the point that there are characteristics, there are criteria and legislation in other countries that we could piggyback on and use best practice, Jamaica and what have you. I think the reason why we're speaking all these things and going wrong and what tyranny and who should do and who should not is because we have nothing clearly defined. So mind just running up and down. That's what is going on. And it shows that in order to get something clearly defined, we'll have a hard time. We'll have a tough time. But the truth is, this thing, there are heroes in a lot of countries, and they have the way in which they're choosing the heroes. So we're not special. We're not the only people in the world, and we can piggyback on this thing. And in answer back to your question about when you talk about Jamaica as a thing, people, they celebrate heroes because of assassination of great individuals. You have Malaysia, Paraguay, South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and I just started to count a whole pile of countries that commemorate Heroes Day on that tragic day when they assassinate some people or important leader. A lot.
Right. I just looking at Jamaica's 7 national heroes. All of them. Bob Marley's not even one. Not. Yeah. So all of them is usually after 40-50 years after their deaths. Yeah, them named heroes.
But
I don't say we have to follow through, but I'm just telling you, generally that is the pattern.
And it's because we have a history of honoring our people late. Is it because we have a history of doing that?
We see, don't mistake the fact that don't mistake what I'm saying about heroes, and see it as if I'm saying we should reward or honor our people while they're alive. I believe we should have bestowed whatsoever we should on the Alan Franzik, more on Alan Franzik. We should have a lot more for Kiran, etc. So I believe we should do that.
But you believe that it should be late in the years?
I don't. No. I'm talking specifically hero status. not material or other reward. People could
I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about if we distinguish them as having performed heroic acts, and based on our criteria for what is a hero, that it doesn't, we don't have to wait until to find out if they might do something bad later on to bestow whatever accolades we have to on them. I'm not talking about rewards and all that. I'm talking about that status of being a hero, a national hero.
Let's go to the telephone. We lost that call. So guys, according to let me just share like a thing with all that. According to a research that was done in 2015 in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, there are some characteristics that they lay out here: bravery, conviction, courage, determination, helpful, honesty, inspirational, moral integrity, protective, self-sacrifice, selflessness, strength.
Yeah, but all these, I think you said it best, Godfrey. All these things are relative anyway.
No, but I do believe that.
But like a hero, and Skull is a hero.
Let me ask you a question, Reece.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Are you and that? Then who is an icon?
Who is an icon?
Mm-hmm.
An icon is.
And how is an icon different? Yeah.
An icon is someone that is influential. I'm not hearing you. Like, you're talking or?
No,
sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm looking at Facebook and not Zoom, so I'm sorry. An icon. What?
I say I'm listening this time.
Oh. Yes. Yeah. I'm not really a girl, you know. So
that's right. You must know your role. You must know your role. Know your role, man.
So an icon is someone that has done something, has attracted attention, is influential, is popular, is known for whatever it is. Because an icon can be someone who advocates for something that I don't believe in.
Well, Doc is a cultural icon.
Hold on. So the follow-up question here is that, and put this in quick. Doc, can someone be an icon, a martyr, and a hero?
Yes.
Usually you interchange. Yeah, well, I say usually you interchange the word matter because I think it's stages. So, example, like you might get the order of so and so, different orders. So, an icon is somebody that is seen as very influential in a particular field, well respected by a large number of people in that area there. So, a living icon. Little person could end up becoming a hero after they have died 20, 40 or 50 years after. So
Mandela wasn't a hero in the living years?
That's a very good
but let me ask you a question as it relates to.
Is in South Africa, is he known as a national hero?
Yes.
But hold on. Scholar, you ask if someone could be a martyr, icon, and a hero at the same time. But let me ask.
A martyr and a hero, no, not at the same time.
Okay.
In my mind,
I don't agree. I don't agree. A martyr is just someone.
No. Because as you ask, because I know as it relates to martyrdom, it has some kind of religious inclination to it.
No, not just religious. Not necessarily. But a martyr is generally a reaction.
The religious aspect is very significant in martyrdom.
Well, it's just about your belief. It's religious or other strong beliefs. So it's not just about religion. But you stand up, you died
for a cause.
You're killed for what you believed in, for strong beliefs. Right?
You stand up and you're prepared to die for that belief.
So you're a martyr.
Prepared to die. So you know you are going to death if you did not answer that question, you didn't give that name, if you didn't say who are the leaders planning the coup. So you rather die than.
I think you're trivializing it.
No, that's a martyr.
Yeah. All right, and then who's a
proactive person? Somebody that's going out and do something. They are not reacting to anything. they own volition. They go all day. They will risk their life, but they go all day. They are proactive. That's the difference between a martyr and a hero.
But why you say proactive?
Because that is what a hero. A hero is always going out to do something.
So a hero cannot be reactive. A hero cannot be reactive.
No, a hero is always pushing a cause or pushing something.
But hold on. I remember there's this guy, Naidanu Joseph, who I think was last year or year before. Some child was drowning, right? Some child fell in the sea, whatever. And from what I understand, everybody was talking about him because he just plunged in to save the child. He risked his life to save the child, right? He didn't die. He was not a martyr. He was not anything like that. And he did not go there to save the child. He reacted based on a situation that unfolded. So I'm just wondering, why is it that a hero
that argument could become circular, but generally there's many different.
So then I could decide that I am walking towards becoming a hero.
No,
because I'm going to be proactive, right? I'm going to walk
go back to Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, there was a cause. There was always something that make you want to do something.
Yes, but you see, but I'm asking you, proactive. Why proactive? Because if it's proactive, to me it's deliberate. So I am going to decide and go out and choose to become a hero.
No, you cannot choose to become a hero. The action you did, the action that you are doing is what make you stand out as being a hero.
But why you hold on. So why you can't choose to be a hero?
Why could choose to be a hero yourself?
What do you mean?
So Doc, you could be
reactive. To be a hero, you're risking
but no. So hold on. So you telling me that the risking of life is one of the main characteristics of a hero?
It stands out a lot, but
no, Doc. No. You have to go and listen. Listen, Scholar Calypso about hero. Well on point. No, I'm serious about that. Risky, and you said that early about someone who risk their life and so risking life. Listen to me. Hold on. Yes, a hero could be someone who risks their life, but a hero doesn't necessarily have to risk their life. Not at all. The acts that you involved in helping selflessly, you know how to do with risking your life.
Yes, and deciding to take a step that nobody else wants to.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can decide. An individual can decide to perform heroic acts.
Would Mother Teresa be considered as a hero?
I know about Mother Teresa.
I know, but what I know is that everything that all you say there, Kirani is a hero. Kirani risked his life to go on that track to represent y'all. Hero.
Anyway.
Everyone show hero.
Take the final call.
Let's take the comments. Let's take the final comments here.
You don't come on this program. Kirani will get what you have to do. You don't come to Trump. Kirani is a bad man.
Kiani choose to be a hero,
Okay,
of course.
Sharon, yeah, you're right. Proactive.
Of course.
Sharon said, why should we give our history a rest? Antonio saying, we have a habit in Grenada, hearing something and turning it all around to suit whatever we feel. And this is what we're doing with 19th June. The PM, we will be getting the Lever Park to be a memorial park. So let us wait for the month celebration in every parish to name their heroes instead of jumping the gun. We have Sharon. Sorry. Sorry, I just missed some. Right. So Antonio says, Sharon, your favorite caller on GBN. Okay. Ronnie Slinger is saying, but this is the first year we are having this discussion about heroes. Hercules is saying the Jews never forget the Holocaust. Sharon is saying, Hercules Williams, exactly so. I don't understand what this caller was talking about. Veronica is saying Bernard Coates' wife was Jamaican. Sharon said, see, I learn new things every day. I didn't know about that. Thank you, Father, for bringing that to light. Jackie Chiton is saying, I remember that very well. The truck with all the young men going to fight the Americans. That was a joke. They all got blown away. Avi saying, but Rihanna was named the national hero in Barbados not too long ago. Jarrell is saying, heroes are celebrated for what they achieve. A martyr are for what they symbolized. Veronica is saying, a hero to me is someone who rescue or help someone who was in trouble. Or for instance, I don't know, Grenada was stuck in the same nonsense for a long time, and Bishop and the rest of the people pulled them out. So they are heroes, I guess. Marion is saying, anyone who does a great deed can be a hero. It can be different act of hero. It is a broad meaning. Someone saying a drowning person can be saving a drowning person can be a hero. Veronica saying, Reece, thanks guy was a hero. Well, I guess that guy was a hero. Veronica also, yeah, that's what she's saying. That guy was a hero. So that's what I'm seeing on Facebook. Let me see. We have a few on YouTube. Janice said, good night all. I'm your regular listener from Bermuda. Thanks for the greetings. I do enjoy the We Culture program. Emerson Alexander said, listening to you on a rainy Friday in New York. And Suzanne Worm said, I feel we need to honor people when they are alive. When they're dead, how can they celebrate? I'm a hero in my own ways. That's it, guys.
Right. Let me see if we have anything on the WhatsApp platform. Someone says a person can do many heroic acts earlier in life that made them famous, but in their latter years they did things that defamed them. Based on my experience, I put Sir Eric Machigeri in that category. One example, and I have many, is the disappearance of the late police inspector Irie Bishop. Right. Someone said, let's remember the heroes of Hurricane Ivan. Let's not mix up hero, martyr, and victim. Someone said Godfrey's right. Sparrow is a hero, but he never risked his life. All right. Let's see. Good evening, panel. Please reference a dictionary for examples, then debate. All right. I think October 19th should be called Remembrance Day. Someone says a very, very touchy subject. I think that's about it on the WhatsApp platform. So, guys, that's all the time we have. We out. So, our closing comments. Doc, we will start with you.
Ambush me. Anyway, tonight, this is not a topic we can have any closure. This will always be an ongoing discussion. But I think I want to speak for the panel that we endorse, we embrace the direction that the government has taken. We believe it was long in coming. It is really, really timely that we know at this juncture. And I can only see us now having what I call a more level-headedness going onward. We have a lot of other issues to threshold as we grow. We are we are almost 50. And I believe that these issues will put in better perspective as we continue going. But our input, our discussion is to throw light on all the various possibilities, but whatsoever the country or direction the country is going, I think we are all on board. So you viewers outside, we know that many of you probably wanted to have your input tonight, but that is the way it is on We Culture. Hopefully we join again next time and we have a fruitful Friday night. Hope you did enjoy this program. And have a good night.
All right, Skulls.
Yeah, I want to end in true We Culture style. It was a rough one, very serious topic. So I end with some humor. When they start to name heroes, I want to make a special pitch for Dr. G. Remember Dr. G, what Abby sang about? Dr. Chi was a teacher. Before he became a doctor, he went to eternal home. You know that song, Godfrey?
The man was a hero.
That is first man I want them to name. As a hero, Dr. G. Give him man flowers. Give him man hero status. Godfrey, not Godfrey, and that. What he died for? He died being proactive. So he wanted to be a hero.
Yeah, he died being proactive.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Reece, there we go.
I'm just gonna end on a lighter note tonight. Skull, God of TV. Love the shot tonight. Showing off that mask that you don't play except if you're performing on stage. But we love it. 473.
So I'm very proactive.
You are proactive in becoming a job advocate, and that might just earn you the extra point you need in becoming a hero.
Thank you, guys. Of course, thanks.
So I'm finished?
Well, I didn't know. I thought you finished.
Well, no.
Well, go. You say go.
You need to get a few parliament lines then.
No, well, you say you and a lighter note and then you think on you.
But that was one.
Well, you didn't say you have more than one. Go ahead.
I want to talk about the shots tonight.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Doc, we're loving the Africanness here. You know, that alone symbolizes a hero. When I see you, I think of Nelson Mandela. I don't know why we have the cherished brand here tonight, but it is here.
Well, listen. We have to.
I just want to say,
but we have to cherish.
I'm on the floor. It's a man. I'm across the floor, you know. I'm across the floor. Cherish the people in your life. Cherish your community, people who has done well. Give them their flowers while they are alive, okay? And that's it for me tonight. I love this program. I love the conversations. Next week I'm coming with my boxing gloves because I know I might have to hand out one or two, you know, because we fighting and things now, so peace. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you to all of you as on TV, Facebook friends. Thank you very much, K105. You know, we just have to cherish these moments on Friday night. All the best. Have a good night.